everybody, it's Monday, July 15th at 6:19 a.m. We've got an Uber Eats offer to go over to Starbucks. They're going to give us $7 for 1.8 miles. Let's go on down to Starbucks. All right, gang, here we are again, doing it once again. And looks like it's going to be another nice day. It's not too cloudy. Got a little bit of sun coming in, so it looks pretty nice. And I was going to do my $2 per mile and $10 minimum, but this one just seemed too good to pass up. I was like, boy, those miles are really low. And so I was like, well, even though it's less than $10, I figured, okay, I'll just take it because it's less than 2 miles. So you can't get much lower than that. So I'm like, okay. So off I went, and it's Monday, and I just felt like taking it easy today. So that's why I set myself with a higher rate, because I'm like, well, I don't necessarily want to do too many deliveries today, and I don't want to go very far either. So I'll just limit myself to, high dollar offers, and then I'll go out. Otherwise, I'm just going to hang out at home. And then somebody was telling me that that I've been hearing more from the people in the comments about they don't really care for the music so much. So I'm like, well, I think today's video I'm going to try it without any music. And I also ordered a microphone that has that's wireless, so maybe I can try using that inside of the stores and stuff, and I could politely talk to you guys while I'm making my way to the store without sounding like a crazy person. All right, we're here at Starbucks. Thank you. Got the beverage. Let me just secure it, because it's a weird one. It's a little bit off kilter. Put in there. All right, ready to go. I got the beverage secured. I'm backing up here, trying to avoid any difficulties and no crashing with anybody. There's a lot of people mulling about this morning, surprisingly. And we're headed off to a house just 0.6 miles from here. And we'll be there shortly, everyone. So hang on to your hats. Here we go. We're dialing. They're just waiting for the customer to let us in. Here we go. They've let us in. They've let us in, everyone. I'm here to report. I'm giving you the report here in this musicless episode. I'm letting you know that we have been allowed permission. We have been given the green light to come into the community. We are about to deliver. It seems like this person here is about to take off on their car as we're going by. I'm gonna have to come around here and make a U-turn to safely deliver the beverage. All right, I'm pulling over here, and I'm gonna drop it off. Get ready, everybody. There's not gonna be any music. Well, I think that delivery went just fine. There wasn't any problems. And hopefully the video will go nice and smooth. The microphone I'm going to be getting, I think I will be able to conceal it like a little bit, like right here, so people won't be able to see it. Just based on what I saw about it on Amazon, it looked like it would work. And then but I'm gonna have to test it to see if I have to talk, if it'll be able to pick up my voice if I'm talking softly inside of a, like inside of a grocery store, or as I'm making my way inside of a Starbucks. I don't know if it picks up just my voice or if it's gonna pick up any of the, like the music playing. Sometimes they're playing the music really loud in the Starbucks, or even in the groceries, sometimes they're really blaring the music really loud, and you can't have any music. You can't have any of that copyright music playing in the video, so that kind of messes up that whole thing if it's playing really loud. So, and I thought about doing voiceover during production, when I'm actually editing the video, but I don't know. I was thinking about how a lot of times it just seems like I'm just saying stuff just to say stuff, so it sounds a little too forced. And it's not, it's very hard to recreate the natural reactions that you would have when you're live doing the recording, as opposed to when you're just sitting editing the video and you're just trying to think of funny things to say as you're watching the footage that you've recorded. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to see how it goes. That the microphone will come tomorrow, but I probably actually won't even use the actual microphone until much later. DoorDash is coming in $6.25 for 4.6 miles. That's a no. And yeah, I'll just have to give it a shot and see how I like it or whatever, and keep experimenting. That's what I like about making these videos. It's a fun hobby. It's just something fun to do and to mess around with. This is DoorDash, $4.25 for 4.9 miles. That would be a no, decline. And something's coming in from our friends at Uber Eats, $6.02 for 10 miles. That would be a no, goodbye. Yeah, I just keep trying to mix it up, and I don't like to put any kind of real pressure on myself to achieve anything necessarily like super successful. Because the whole thing about making these videos is that, like right now, I think I'm getting maybe $5 a day making these videos. So there's no rush or worry about I'm so dependent on the revenue of these videos. If they're not successful, what am I gonna do? So right now I'm still in the hobby mode. I'm just making the videos every day and just playing around, seeing what works for me. And I think since I'm doing them every day, I think my skill level is increasing. At the very least, it's helping me become more comfortable, just talking on camera. All right, well, we're just waiting. Okay, everybody, we got another Starbucks from Uber Eats, and we're gonna get $8.37 for 2 miles. Let's get on down to Starbucks and get that money. I had another offer come in from Uber Eats, and it was for $19 and change to shop at Albertsons for 15 items. And I didn't take it because it was 5 miles only too. I didn't take it because, well, number one, it was going to the Dragon Ridge Country Club, and at this time of the morning on a Monday, the line to get in would be really long. And then I knew I'd have to dead mile all the way back. So it was going to be a 10-mile trip total. And then the other reason is that I just didn't feel like going to Albertsons and shopping over there. So I was like, I'm just going to skip it. And I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to do any type of shopping today. I may change my mind as I get more awake. But right now I just was not in the mood to do any shopping. So and that's why I took this one, because it's a Starbucks and it's easy. Let's do it. Thank you too. I got the order and it wasn't ready at the time I went on in there, so I just stood there. And of course, people here, they don't ask you any questions. They just sort of sense that you're a delivery driver using their psychic abilities. And they eventually got to me and gave me my order, and now we're on our way to a house just 0.7 miles from here. And I believe it's just to leave at the door, and I'm just hoping that they don't take too long to let us into the gate. So let's see what happens. Ooh, the gate opened. We're in. All right, let's get in here and find this house and drop it off. Another short and easy one. Let's make this nice and simple, everybody. We want to get in here, drop it off, and then go and relax, because we don't want to do much today. I don't want to do much. I want to just take it easy. Okay, it's coming up on the left-hand side pretty soon. I just got to make sure I see the number. It's hard to see the numbers on these buildings. Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, look at the rabbits. Hello, little rabbits. Let me turn the car. And that's it. And we're going to do it right here. Oh, go away. I don't want any more work. Go away. You do one job at a time. I noticed in the Starbucks they were playing the music really loud. So I'm trying to think, like, how can I show a scene inside of a Starbucks that's playing the music really loud if the music is copywritten and I can't have that in my video. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, that's where I get the whole thing where I just play the music that's copyright free in my video. So maybe I'll do something funny. Maybe I'll do some kind of narration of some sort. Because that's when I would have to do some kind of voiceover, you know. But there's always something. You either that or I just completely just have it dead silent, like just mute. But that's never good either. Then everybody's like, why is there no sound? What was wrong with your video? So I don't know, I gotta figure something out. What, is something coming in? Is it something worth my time? No, it's $7.20 for 4.2 miles. That's a no. All right, we're on the road again, and this time it's with DoorDash. We're getting $13.25 for 5.9 miles. Let's get on down to Tropical Smoothie and get that order. Man, I was home for the longest time. I might have been home for an hour and a half and talking to the family, and then I did some stretching exercises just to, you know, relieve tension and relax. And then I was just going offer after offer, and I don't really have any interest in doing any offers that are going to be really far away or anything that's going to be too labor intensive. So this one finally came up, and it seemed to really match the mood I'm in right now. So I went ahead and took it, and I just got to make sure that I get something for the customer. They sent a message saying that the Tropical Smoothie, they always forget to include a special type of straw that the customer requests, but they never seem to get it. So I've got to make sure I ask the person at Tropical Smoothie, is that special type of straw in the bag or included, or is it there? Because I don't know what it would look like. So they're gonna have to just confirm to me when I ask them once I get there that that it's the right kind of straw. Who knew they made all these different types of special straws for these drinks? I just thought straws are straws, but apparently, I guess to differentiate from other smoothie places, they make some kind of special straw. Who knew, huh? Hello. Yeah, for Victoria? Okay. Somebody parked right next to me, so I can't do this without going over there. Hold on. Yeah, a guy parked right next to me, and I couldn't go to the passenger side of the car to set down the drinks. So I had to bring them in through the driver's side. And then, of course, there's not a lot of room. I mean, it's hard to angle myself in to get the drinks to, because I got to set them on the floor. Okay, now there's a guy coming out of the drive-through. Boy, there's a lot of activity. It's a busy day. All right, let me tell you about where we're going so you guys can get all excited. You get yourselves all up in a titter about where we're going. So let's see. We are going to be going 8 minutes from here. It is 4.5 miles. Let's see if there's anything. It's a handed to me. It says it's the big house in the back, not the front. The big house in the back. So we're going to have to, when we get there, try to figure out what the heck that means. So hopefully it makes sense when we arrive. So let's get going. So based on what the map is showing me, it's in a 55 and over community area. So I think it's going to be like when you first get onto the property, there's probably a casita, you know, a tiny little house in front. And then there's a, you know, when you go past the casita, there's the main house. So maybe that's what they're talking about. But because the 55 and over area, the properties are not humongous. It's not like you should get that confused. But maybe when you get to this particular place, the front door to the casita is so prominent, it seems like it's the main door. or maybe people in the past have just dropped off their stuff there, and or have knocked on that door and then nobody answers, so they leave it there. Maybe that's what it is. That's probably what they've had in the past. I thought that this customer, I had been to this customer's location before, and I don't remember there being any type of casita, but maybe I'm thinking of a different customer. Sometimes people, it's a common name, so there could be more than one person with that name that lives in that area. So, well, I don't know. We just have to wait and see what happens. I love that with this job, I'm able to just, work whatever it is I want to work. That's what I really like about it. If I decide I want to just go all crazy and work nonstop, then I would take whatever they throw at me just to keep busy and always be on an assignment. And if I decide, I just like what I'm doing right now, I just want to limit myself to the things that I'm doing, I know I can do it. I know I don't have to be stuck doing like a regular job. You're stuck with whatever work they give you, and you gotta complete it. So it's a real good perk to doing this job. And then of course you can stop whenever you want, which is the biggest thing. Like if I decide just after this delivery I don't want to do any more and I just want to go home, I can just turn it off. So it's and I think about growing up in the 1990s, as an adult in the 90s, you didn't have these kinds of options. The closest thing you had to something like this was you could work for a temp agency. So you would have an assignment, you would sign up with a temp agency, and then they would call you on the phone and say, oh, we have an opportunity for you, would you be interested? It's temporary, it's only going to last for so long, like they'll say for the week or for the next month or so, and then you would go and do it, and then it'd be an 8-hour day, a 10-hour day, a 12-hour day, so you'd have to work long hours, but you knew eventually it would end. And if you decided you didn't want to do it anymore, you could just let the agency know that you have another commitment coming up, and then they would let that company know that you're going to be wrapping things up, even if you weren't even done with the project, because you're a contractor, and your middleman is the temp agency. And so that's what we used to do in the 90s all the time. We would get these temp jobs, and we go and do them for a little bit, and then we would move on to something else that would come up later on. And a lot of times these jobs were usually either long-term temp jobs. They'd always turn to temp jobs that would last for a long time, or they would be temp to hire, and then after so much time would pass, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years, then they would hire you full-time at that company. So that's all the types of things they had back in the day that even sort of would resemble gig work. So but it's nothing like now. Now it's incredible the kind of opportunities you have with gig work. Even though they don't pay a whole heck of a lot of money, it's just so amazing that you can actually control the flow of the work you want to do, just depending on your circumstance, right down to probably right down to every half an hour, because usually most jobs only take about 30 minutes to complete. So after you've committed for the next 30 minutes, okay, so maybe to an hour, you're done. And so you can decide whether or not you need to get back home, or you have another commitment, and then you can just stop it back. So I think that to live in this era of gig work, it's a great time to be alive and to do this kind of thing. I just know that anybody that tries to do it as a full-time thing, well, there's another story. Then I think you're in trouble, because to do this and get consistently a good amount of money consistently week after week, it's tough, because it fluctuates. Sometimes it's busy and sometimes it's slow. So I don't know. To me, to me, I don't think I would ever do this as a full-time job where I'm dependent on the money. It's just, I don't know, it's just it would be too stressful. We're turning into the community. It looks like it's the same house that I was at last time. Yeah, this looks really familiar.
Hand it to me. The big house in the back, not the front.
This looks really familiar to me. Oh, 100% I've been to this one. And they ordered from Tropical Smoothie last time. Okay, well, all right. Okay, people, let's do this. Oops. All right, well, we had a successful delivery, and there was no confusion about, you know, what door to go to. I'm not exactly sure why they had to emphasize to go to the door with the big house, but all I can think is that maybe they had issues in the past, or maybe they're just the type of people that just get worried about that kind of thing, I guess. Like, oh, maybe, you know, they don't want to have any confusion of any sort. And that was their whole thing. So, yeah, so now we're just moving along here and waiting for an offer to come in. I don't know. We're up here deep up in Anthem. So there's not much out here that we're going to get an offer from. That we got a Walgreens that's near here, and then behind us is a Albertsons and a Starbucks and something like that. So let's see. What is this? $15.05 for 13.8 miles. Well, heck no, we're not doing that. That's too far. And yeah, there's not much else. Now, once I get out of Anthem, there's all kinds of stuff. There's Taco Bell that's going to be coming up. And then there's a second Walgreens coming up once I get out of here. And what else? And then there's a Roberto's Tacos, and then another Starbucks. So there's all kinds of other stuff once we get out of here. So I think we'll be out of here after the next couple of lights. So, and you see there's not much else coming in at the moment. So I'll let you know what comes in next. Can't believe it, but I'm already just about at the halfway point where the day is almost over. We've only done, well, I normally do like 5 deliveries, but this is the third one. But they've been so easy that it feels like I haven't really worked at all today. You know, normally the thing that really will drain me is doing the shopping, you know, having to push that shopping cart up and down the aisles. But, you know, these simple little going to Starbucks and Tropical Smoothie and picking up a tiny bag and dropping it off, those are so easy. Uber Eats, $5.06 for 11.9 miles now. So it really feels like I haven't done a darn thing, but I know I have at least some video I can work on and start editing. So if I don't get a decent offer by the time I get back home, I'm gonna turn off the app and start working on the video. And then then it'll already be lunchtime. Oh my God, this day has just been such a breeze. All right, well, I'll let you know when something comes in. All right, we got another offer, and this one is from DoorDash. We're going to be heading on to CVS to shop for 4 items, and it's $10.25 we're going to get, and we only have to travel 3.9 miles. let's head on down to CVS and do a little shopping. All right, we've got the shopping list up, and it looks like we're gonna be getting some Aquaphor, whatever that is, some type of ointment, I guess, and another type of Aquaphor, 2 types of Aquaphor, some Ziploc bags, some exam gloves, and that's it. So let's head on in, get it going. I think this is it. Aquaphor Healing Ointment. Let's try it. Looks like everything is right next to each other, so this is good so far. And now let's make our way to aisle 18. Good, look easy. Here are the gloves. Alright, now we just gotta go to aisle 11 and get some sandwich bags. I think they're down here. Here they are. Look. I think this is them, everyone. Let's put it in the cart. Alright, we're checking out. Let's go. Alright, I'm stuck. See, that one's not working.
Let me get you at the first register.
Alright, now we're just headed on back to the car without any music. Look at me. I'm doing a whole segment without music. Oh, we made it back to the car. Alright, we're headed off to an apartment. And we got some kind of directions that are very detailed about how to get to the apartment door. It looks like we've got to like travel through the leasing office to get to the door. So there's going to be a little bit of roaming around. We're going to do a little roaming around the complex until we get to the door, because it's like, I think they said we have to go inside, past the leasing office, up the elevator, and then find their door. So it's one of those apartments where all the hallways are inside of the building, you know, kind of like a hotel. And once we get through all of that, we will be good to go. We just have to, you know, now hopefully the door's not going to be locked. I hope not. And luckily the stuff we got was so lightweight, you know, some sandwich bags, some rubber gloves, and then those Aquaphor whatever. So everything's light, so it's not like it's going to be a heavy lift to carry it through all these corridors that we're going to have to travel to drop it off. So 6 minutes from here, 2.7 miles, and it's going to be a leave at the door. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it looks like things are starting to pick up. We went from sitting around the house for an hour and a half, and now suddenly we're rolling again. I guess the only downside is now I'm going to have to work on probably the whole video at a certain time, because it looks like we're going to stay pretty busy now for a while. I mean, I'm probably being too optimistic. You watch, as soon as we drop this package off, it's gonna dry up again, and I'll be right back home, and I'll be working on the video. Oh, I can make this light. I know I can. I know I can. I made it. I made it, and don't say otherwise. I made it. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like we're gonna still be busy because I'm just going off averages. Normally at this particular hour, the work dries up and we don't get anything. So just the fact that we got something during this 9 o'clock hour is very telling. It says that it's going to be busy. But, there is no guarantees, so we'll see. And, yeah, so I'm really enjoying this whole routine I'm doing right now today. It's not always going to be a winning strategy, because on slow days, you beggars can't be choosers on slow days, but on busy days you can be more picky. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just not in the mood to do anything too difficult. So I'm trying to keep the places I go to not too far, and also not too labor intensive. I don't want to be lifting any heavy cases of water today, or climbing up flights of stairs, or I don't know. But sometimes you just don't have any control over it. But I'm trying to just keep the money to mile ratio really high. So I'm trying to keep the $10 minimum, and no more than 2 or 3 miles for the total drive, or $2 for every mile, or whatever is gonna work for me. I'm trying. I don't know if I'm being consistent, because that last one, the tropical smoothie one, that one was far, but it was $2 a mile and it was easy. So I think I'm doing it on a case-by-case basis. I'm sort of I'm seeing the offer come in, and then I'm sort of imagining myself executing it, and how much effort would be involved based on my guesstimation of having to deal with the walk. So anyway, we're almost there. Let's go on an adventure. Oh look, somebody's moving. They got a big moving truck here. Oh wow, look. Why don't we all go up some stairs together? Oh, should we count the stairs? Let's not. Alright, let's hope the door's unlocked. It's a nice place. Got it all decked out with artwork, slow elevators. We got mirrors. It's opening. We're almost there. Let's go. Got the elevator to ourselves. Woo-woo. What? Let's go, gang. Let's go drop off this CVS order. Gotta check the instructions again. Okay, I got it. I was wrong. We're not getting anything decent at all. and I'm just a few minutes away from getting back home. So it doesn't I guess that you can't predict. I was trying to use my most experienced information that I've had to make an assumption, and I was wrong. It's now deader than a doornail. We're not getting nothing. I think the only thing that came in since the time I dropped off at that apartment was like some $4 offer for some ridiculously long amount of miles, and that was it. Nothing else has come in on DoorDash at all since then. And then Uber Eats, the one that came in that was terrible, that was from Uber Eats. So yeah, well gang, I guess I'll be downloading videos, and I'll see you all in a little bit after I have my lunch. Spoke too soon. Right after I said what I just said, something came in from Uber Eats, $13.51 to shop at Walgreens for just 4 items, and it's only 2.2 miles, so I could not say no to it. So let's head on over there, and then I'll show you the shopping list. All right, we got the shopping list up, and it looks like we're gonna get some Gatorade, 2 different kinds of Gatorade, some Dulcolax magnesium hydroxide cherry flavored liquid laxative, some Miralax polyethylene glycol laxative powder, and that's it. Let's go do it, folks. All right, we're heading on into the Walgreens. Let's first get a card. I hope there's one available. Let's make our way over to where the laxatives are. This is the makeup. All right, this looks like it. Dulcolax. I think this is it. Well, I think it's this giant bottle here. This looks like the right one, I think. Alright, those were both correct. Now we're on our way to just get the Gatorade and we're out of here. Just gotta check on which flavors to get. I think this is the one they want. Cool blue. Let me try it. Alright, yep, that's the one they wanted. They wanted 3 of them. Those are in there. Let's move on. Uh-oh, this is the last lemon lime. I think they're in trouble. Alright, we lucked out. They only wanted 1 lemon lime. Let's head on over to the register. Alright, we got it. And now let's head on down and drop it off. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's heavy. All right, we got the goods and we're gonna be going to a house 1.5 miles from here, 5-minute drive. And and it worked out fine. I was like, I was a little bit worried that I'd get discombobulated narrating while I was shopping, but I guess because it's just a small number of items, it worked out fine. And also, I think I'm in more of a relaxed mood, so that probably helps too. Oh my gosh. And I don't think I have anything to worry about with the drop off. I think they gave me all the information I need to drop it off. I got a gate code, so it looks like everything should flow pretty smooth. So yeah, let's get on over there. this is a fun road. It's like you're going through a canyon. I guess that's what you'd call it, right? A canyon, yeah. If there's rocks to the right, yeah. And it's pretty scenic. And every time I come up here, I always think that we're so far away. It's like, wow, look at we're in the middle of nowhere. We must have been driving for 30, 40 miles to get to a place that looks like this, where there's absolutely nothing around. But no. I just turned a corner off the main road and boom, where it looks like we're in the middle of nowhere. And there's most of the houses here are $2 million and up, I believe. I think they start at $2 million. Oh, I think there's somebody here I can follow in. That'd be great. Oh, awesome. Now I don't have to even get out of my car. Thank you, gardener. I think it's a gardener. Woohoo, we're in. I gotta worry about the gate code. And we got just like a quarter of a mile to go still till we get there. But it's really pretty, this whole section, because you get that, you really still feel like you are, you got a lot of wide open spaces here. A lot of natural, what do they call it? Natural beauty, right? If you like rocks, there's nothing really green here except for whatever is, purposely planted. Without the greenery of this neighborhood, everything would just be brown rock. But the shapes, I like the shapes of the rocks. That I do like. I like how architecturally they do look nice. When you look at the houses with the rocks in the background. I'm pretty sure that's why they designed the houses the way they did. They want them to complement the landscape. The background landscape of the mountains. Okay, it's coming up here on the right. Let's make sure we don't miss it. Oh, good. They have a really big address number. You can't miss it. All right, here we go. All right, let's grab these heavy bags. Alright, I left the package at the door, and when I rang the doorbell, it had an option to like leave a message. Oh, I went the wrong way. Whoops. I got turned around. Now, which way did I come from? Whoops. I'm gonna have to activate my Google Maps if I get more lost than I am now. I'm like, where did I come from? Did I come from this way? Isn't this going back? That's going back to the way it was before. Man, it's easy to get turned around in this neighborhood. Let me tell you. Well, I gotta turn on DoorDash. Turn that back on. Okay, there, it's back on. Now which way do I go? Oh, here it is. I recognize the street. So the guy came to the door, and once I was driving away, so the doorbell, I rang the doorbell, and then a robot said, we can't come to the door, leave a message. And so I just said, oh, I'm gonna leave your package at the door. And then as I was pulling away, he waved to me. He came out of that door. I don't think the door we were at was actually the front door. I think that was the door to the courtyard. That's like a thing they do right now that I've never seen before, where they have a front door, and then they have a courtyard, and then they have a door to that courtyard that looks like the front door. So, I mean, if you kind of like peek down, you can see natural light coming out through the bottom of the door. So it's not really the door, but as you're first approaching it, it does trick you a little bit into thinking it's an actual front door. But once you get close enough to it, you're like, no, this is just a door to their courtyard. So, all right, well, I'll let you know when something comes in. So I read on the news that there's a spike in COVID in California. And I don't know what's happening here in Nevada, but I did notice the other day that people were buying more COVID tests. So that tells me, because we're right next to, we're literally, we're only like a 4-hour drive from California, or actually it's just like 2 hours if you're just crossing the border. So I'm sure if they're spiking up in COVID again, we are too. There's probably a 100% chance. I don't know anybody that's gotten COVID, but I mean, just the fact that they're selling a lot more of these tests, and I'm seeing in the news that they're saying that a lot more people are getting it in California. Oh, it probably means that there's going to be a lot more people getting it. Although we just had the 4th of July, so maybe the gathering of the 4th of July is what caused the spike, and it should dissipate in weeks, because that's the last thing I want to worry about, is getting sick. All right, well, I'm all done for the day. I just realized that I'm out of time. After I had my lunch and downloaded the video, I realized, shoot, there's no more time left. So take a look at the numbers, and oh, I can show you the doggies. Let's see, there's a doggy there. And hold on, I'll show you another doggy. Here's a doggy. Here. There's a doggy. Let me get a better angle. Are you gonna look at the camera right here? I'll pet you. I'll pet you. So take a look at the numbers, and you can see how we did. And you can see the hourly rate. You can see miles per gallon, miles driven. You can see the stats for Uber Eats and for DoorDash, and all that good stuff. And thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. All right, everybody, take care. Bye for now.